here.
This
This
meeting is being recorded.
This is our very first residual club member conversation, as we're going into 2023. So first off, I got to say congratulations. We are recording this call. This will not happen again. So this is definitely an accountability call. We won't be recording these. We want people to show up and stand up. And we know stuff happens. Life happens to everybody. But then we want your leadership to be able to coach you up on what you miss. We want this to be pretty much a priority on your calendar. So you can schedule it. It's going to be this time, all the time, every time, this link. Cool?
Cool.
Great.
This is also an interactive call. So it's no funny acting. There are no guests here. We all know how you all look. We all know you're beautiful all the time. So we want you to be more active and on camera and interactive because it makes it a better call for everybody.
Absolutely.
Right? The one thing we always say is that, especially as presenters and leaders, that we always show up and we take time out of our schedule. Be sure that we're ready to be camera ready and be prepared and be on time. Because it's hard to do all this. You know what I'm saying?
I know your hair looks good, Chuck.
Thank you very much.
This is laughing.
It take time to get this right. You know what I mean? Can't just wake up and go when you got all this to put together. So we get it, but it's hard to set the example and the accountability. We don't have the leaders stepping up doing the exact same thing, right? So especially on this particular call, because it's going to be more engaging. It's not going to be a lot of conversation. We're talking at you. We're going to have a lot more accountability for things that we want to have and get done, at the level you are to get you to the next level. Okay. So we either start some of that today, right? So definitely want you guys to be on and be prepared to come with information and assignments that's given. Now, I know Mr. Bean giving assignments right now to help build your business. All that's great. Accountability is still going to be one of the things that we want to keep hold of on this particular call. So just like you guys earned your way in, congratulations. Congratulations. Now that you're in, you got to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a different conversation as well, because we know things happen and people pop in and out of qualifications all the time. So the way you guys got on this particular call is because I went and checked the reports to see who's actually on and in, who's actually qualified to be on the call.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to be sure that you stay in qualification because your business shouldn't be stagnant. If it's not growing, it's dying. We want to be sure that we consistently and continually grow and grow and grow. So just like we're on the call or you got invited to the call, you can, I guess, get uninvited. Is that what we want to say? You can get uninvited to the call.
Invitation.
That's the nice way. That's the nice way. It's like removed.
Yeah.
Suspend your invitation.
Right. So we want to be sure that everybody's showing up so they can, because again, it's earned. Right. And as your team grows, you want to hold that same accountability in place, but they know they got to be getting something a little bit different. Right. Was that okay, we're also going to have a curriculum. So as we're getting started with this particular call, there are going to be things that we learn. And of course, we know at each position you learn a little bit differently. We're all starting at the same place right now. So we're all going to be sure we get this initial month. Every week, it's going to be learning something different. So it's not going to be the same thing. Mr. Hill already put together a curriculum. So y'all were just talking about him teaching and not, having to do papers. He still wrote out the curriculum on what we're going to learn every single week. And it was approved by Big Bro. So he got a chance to take a look at it. I loved it. I was like, man, that's great. This is what we need. And then you should be excited because it's going to recycle, right? So when your people get on, they're not going to miss any of the information. It's going to recycle back. And as it recycles back, you guys are going to start doing some of those training as well. Make sense? Excited?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Rick, did I miss anything? No? Mr. Hill, did I miss anything?
Nah, you crushed that.
Awesome. So if you guys if you have people on your team that you think supposed to be on this particular call, if you think somebody's supposed to be at $5 a day and they're not, this will let you know they're not. And you can give them a call and ask them why they're not. Like, hey, I didn't see you on the call. What do we need to fix so that don't happen next week? So this is a chance for you to get your accountability up with your team. Because I know we don't know when the $5 text come, going to really dig deep down into the reports. We just going for people at their work. But if you don't see them here, then we need to make that phone call to figure out why. Hey, notice you weren't on, and it's a fear of loss. Hey, did you not know about the call we did? The residual? If you didn't know about it, I mean, you weren't on it. So I'm wondering, did you know about it? They're going to say, no, I didn't know about it. So you weren't invited to the group. They're going to be like, no, what group? Okay, we need to fix something. Are you getting is your residual kicking in or your daily guarantee paying every day? They can either, because if it was, you should have been invited to the group. I see how this works, right?
Yeah.
So those are the things now on here. Again, we will be doing accountability because we don't want to just be on this call to stay stagnant. We're going to grow because this call will separate as well. So we're giving, I believe it's 1 month that we all getting the same thing. Be sure we got the foundation type. After that 1 month, the call is going to separate based on what daily guarantee you get. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So wherever you are right now, you want to be sure that 30 days from now, you're not. 30 days from now, we can say wherever you are, we got 30 days to get to the next spot. The great thing about our comp plan right now is not necessarily based on you helping somebody else get promoted. That would be great. It's based on, that would be, that's great if they do, but it's based on volume. You can put volume in your own legs. You can put people in your own legs. It's based on volume. So you can promote yourself. And it's easy. If you at the $5 a day, that means you at least got 3. You need 9 more to get to 12. Whether you get them or whether your team helps you get them, it's just 9 more people. That makes sense?
Yes.
So we want to be sure that we're having that accountability as well. Second thing, it's a few people I noticed not on, well, second thing we got to do, and this just one for me, is that no one on this particular call should be paying their full freight for their membership. Everybody on this call should have at least 3 personal customers.
Exactly.
That way, the $99 or the $70, whichever level you came in on, is not an issue. Your business is just $50 a month. That's something that needs to get fixed by next week. We need to fix that. So that means we need to shake some people off the fence. It shouldn't be an issue of a qualification of a customer that's not having you on the call, right? So in order for us to do that, we have to know where we are right now. Now, because I don't want to go back and have to look at the report again, I did see that's on the report too. It tells me how many customers y'all got. It give me all y'all business. I ain't even know it was back there. It tells me how many people y'all sponsored. It tells me the level you at. It tells me how many customers you got. All that right back there. But instead of me going back there to check it, because I don't want to be the what's called the micromanager, the overbearing. We doing this so y'all can get better, right? So you can tell me whatever you like, but integrity is everything. So if you have 3 personal customers already, I want you to say I got my 3, but I'm going order because I got to go. I'm gonna write it down, and then y'all in different orders on my screen. So up to the top right, I'm gonna go straight across, right? So Yolanda,
Yes.
how many personal customers do you have?
I have 1 right now.
You got 1 personal customer. So we need to get 2 more customers.
Yes.
Before next week.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Why don't I?
Good question. Does that customer include yourself or that's no?
That customer, I don't think it includes yourself. You need 3 outside customers.
Yeah, it's one of the
Outside.
things. The report counts it.
Yeah.
But if that customer is you still got to pay that.
Okay, I see. So it's outside of us. You want to know how many we have. Okay.
Correct. So right now, Yolanda, you got 1 personal customer.
Yes, I need 2 more for my 3.
Perfect. Next, Angela Johnson.
I have 1 personal customer.
1 person. Hold on, this is wrong. Shit. I'm like, why your name? Hold on 1 second. I got the wrong page. Hold on. My bad.
Hey, real quick, while how's everybody doing?
Fine.
Great.
Fantastic.
Awesome, awesome. Well, one of the things I did want to backtrack a little bit and let you guys know is the reason why we're he did a great job of sharing that you can be, what did you guys say, uninvited, or or your
Suspended.
invitation can be suspended until you
Yes.
take care of some things.
Mm.
Is if you've been paying attention in your back office where they're doing those top 5 lists and stuff like that, they're not playing around. They don't care what you used to be. If you happen to be in the top production at a particular level, that's exactly where your name is going to show up. When we get to these next events, they're not grandfathering people's old positions at these events, are they? I mean, so you might have used to be a 2-star, but if at the event you're a 1-star, you got to cross the stage as a 1-star, right? That's those are the things. And so we might, at one point you could lock a position in forever. That's been gone for over a year and a half, and we just have to catch up with that culture. And so, like I honestly know about 3 people that are dope, and the only reason they're not on this call is because they haven't been checking their books. They would know that some stuff had fallen off that they could actually fix. And so, stuff like that, just stay on top of it. It's part of the professionalism that you're gonna need going forward to catch up with how simple they're making this money. And with that said, back to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Dr. Hill. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So we're gonna do accountability real quick. So when we do this, if you guys are, when I get to your name, you should know your number already. So it shouldn't be like, oh, well, let me check. I'm understand. That takes too much time. Okay? Like, let's just get to the number. And I got a really little space to write in. That's because I don't need a story. I need a number. Right. So I don't have space for your story. Don't say, well, my cousin's supposed to be getting back. We don't care. Okay. Don't care about your cousin that didn't pay this little space.
Is this Chuck or Sean? Who talking?
That's Jim Rome.
Jim Rome. Absolutely. Absolutely.
They are the Borg. You must assimilate.
There you go. All right, Angela, how many you got? How many customers you currently have?
1.
1. Okay. Von Bell?
1.
1. Okay, hold on. Okay, Miss Patton?
2.
Anita has 2. Okay. Miss Veronica?
I have 1.
Veronica has 1. Okay. Miss Sanchez?
2.
2. Okay. Tia?
2.
2. Tia has 2. Oh, where's Tia's name on my list? There is 2. Nice. Okay. Jared?
2.
2. Jared has 2. Javon?
Got 1.
1. J-Ro got 1. Catherine?
I have 1.
Catherine has 1.
Oh, you
Mhm.
wrong.
All right, Pia?
1 equals 1.
That's 1. Okay. Rick?
So right now in position 1, I have 3, and Nikki has 4. Dang.
Okay. Hold on, I got Nikki's name on here too. Let me just write it down. Even though she ain't on the call. Damn. Okay. Sean?
1 and 1.
And 1 for both. Okay. Anthony?
1.
1. Okay. Gillette?
1.
1. Okay. Danny Dane?
1.
1. All right. Oh, somebody moved. Somebody moved. How'd that happen? Yeah, Catherine. Morgan?
2.
2. Okay. And Reginald?
Itchy. Itchy. Itchy, that's 1.
That's a 1.
I was like, did he use an adjective?
Right. I'm like,
It's a
Itchy,
short line.
Itchy, that's Japanese.
That's
That's 1 in
Japanese.
Japanese.
I thought it was
Itchy
It's
each knee.
means
Japanese.
cheese.
It's
It's
each knee.
Japanese
It's
people
each
from
knee.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's each knee. You're
Yeah.
itchy. It's each knee.
Itchy.
Rick.
Need to get that check, buddy.
I was thinking need to get some checked too. Itchy.
Itchy for me and my wife.
All
Oh,
right.
both of y'all itchy.
Both of y'all.
Yes, itchy.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Y'all don't need to go stay there no more. Don't stay there no more.
No.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So we have a pattern here. A lot of 1s, a few 2s, not a lot of 3s. Oh, myself, I got 3. I just let you know. I got 3. So I'm accountable, just like any other accountability. I'm accountable just as well. This is what we got to do. That's enough we can change like quickly, right? That's enough we can change quickly. So what we want to do every time we're on this call, if you're on this call, your business should be moving every week anyway. The objective of this is to be sure that something is growing every week. Now, something can grow through your team or something can go through you, but you have to be responsible for something growing through you, okay? So this is one of the things that we can keep check of and track every time. Because think about this, that can be an immediate effect on your business, right? So for example, let's say Miss Anita, right? If you get 1 more customer, you instantly put $79 of cash flow back into the house immediately, plus you made $40. That's with 1 customer, right? Again, we have the business hat on, we got to bring expenses down. Our businesses should never cost us more than $50 a month. And if we expect that from our organization or our team, then we have to do that, right? So think about this, for everybody on the line that got people in their organization, imagine if every one of your business partners had 3 customers. Would you still, would this call get separated much quicker? Yes. Way quicker. But it's really hard to do that when you don't hold it important. It's not because you hadn't done it.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
So again, accountability. Let's get that off. One way we can do that, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, is shake somebody off the fence. It's the end of the year. Shake them off the fence. Those persons be saying, oh, I'm thinking about it, oh, I might get started. Shake them off immediately. I promise you, it makes them feel, they'll get a sense of ease when you call and say, hey, look, I know getting started in business might not be the best move for you right now, right? I know it's a financial issue you said you had to work through. How about this? Why don't you just be a customer and just use the membership? That's only $99. I know you got that, right? That's why I did that. That's why I put it in now. That's only $99. I know you got that, right?
Don't you?
Yeah, we ever said you don't.
Right, don't you?
Couldn't you? Right? You could shift some stuff around and get your instant pay raise quicker if you had the membership going to work, couldn't you?
Couldn't you?
Can you?
Right? So let's use that conversation this week, right? Shake them off the fence. And you can even, now that when you practice for yourself, when you're doing your freeways, you can do that for your partners too. Let's shake them off the fence. All right. So accountability. Also, that's what one accountability, and we're gonna track this. So know that
Okay, so
you got Jack business to get better. All right, Rick, you got something?
well, one of the things that I was looking at, because when I had to pull my customer report, I did see that over time I had 15 personal customers. And one of the things that I started doing personally to increase retention for customers was I put them on my calendar. I mean, y'all might not know that I do this, but I put them on my calendar. Whatever day they sign up, I put them on my calendar for a week before their payment is about to hit to do a check-in. How's your makeover coming? And during that time, I try to make sure it's around the 28th so that I know their debt elimination statement is coming out and it's probably time for them to upload their credit report again. And that's just moving the ball down the field so that they remember that they have something. Because the unfortunate thing about this business is easy not to use the membership actively.
Right.
That makes sense. So
Yep, it does.
I mean, so when I watched those first ones go away, I said, what can I do better? So these three stay.
Yeah.
These three stay. Love it. And if you get good at getting this part down, as you personally are out prospecting and recruiting, once you have your three, you can continue to get more. And as you continue to get more, you can now put them where you need them or want them to go. So now that you have customers, you can now put that customer in a leg that you might need to get a little more boost for your next level up. Is that making sense? Because customers are still 3 points, just like business partners are 3 points.
Yeah.
So now you can push them down to the leg you need them in to continue to move you up in the business.
I got a question.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
If I may ask. So when you say push them down into a leg, that is someone that needs to become commissionable and you just put a customer there? Is that what you're saying? Or you're just saying something else? I'm trying to understand, where would I be putting them?
Okay. So if I had a customer right now and I needed points in a specific leg, I'll call somebody in that leg that's working and I will give them a customer.
Okay.
So I will text them. I call them up, of course we're working together. I know we're working, but I shoot them a text and say, send me your customer link.
I've never gotten that phone call.
Ever. Ever.
Not ever. It ain't coming. It ain't
Not
coming.
ever. Never, ever, ever.
So that's before
think
you
it's
put
racial.
them in. This is not placement. This is before you put them in. You
This
get the
before-
link to somebody that's working down in your leg, and then you put the new person that you have that's ready to go in that on their link, through their link.
The customer. Yes.
The customer,
Right.
yes. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
And they give you the money?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't need $40. I need $280 a day.
Gotcha.
I don't need $40 one time. I need $280 a day.
That's right.
So I'm willing to sacrifice $40 one time to get me closer to $280 a day.
That part.
And so let me point this out so that people are clear on why this makes sense. If you've noticed, when you get another customer that's not under a person, it doesn't move you on the gauges. Have you noticed that? So there's a reason that Nikki has more customers than me now. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Nikki gets all the customers now.
Exactly.
But remember that this is one thing that you have to focus on. If you give that person the other link to sign up, still put them on your calendar so they stick.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? They know you. They don't know, especially if you gave them to somebody they don't know. You still have the appointment to follow up with and make sure, are you using it? Did you do this? It's time for this to change. And every 30 days, we should be getting a better picture of your makeover. Just put it in the calendar and make it easy. Remind
Love
yourself.
it.
But your personal customers, unless they're in a leg, don't count for your promotion.
Another thing you can do for your customers, and I probably strongly urge you do it for yourself. In the slide deck, we and it's actually on your MWR website as well. They tell you what the average customer cash flows. And so a simple question like, what would you like the cash flow from this membership? What would you like to get from this membership back into your home on the cash back portion? That's actually a good thing to follow up with as well. How close are we to, say somebody says, I need to get at least $1,000 back in it per month. All right, well, let's see what you get on the pay raise. Let's see definitely see this debt elimination strategy. See what we're going to be saving you in terms of the interest that you were going to pay out and just things of that nature. But it's in the slide deck. So you guys see, and you can see it on your website. They do look at what each particular part of the service gets people back on average.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be something you might want to use. I mean, in terms of your follow-up, because that's where the fortune is.
Awesome, awesome. Now, we do have already an idea, a curriculum of what we're going to be training on. But also, I want to know from you guys, well, hold on. Let me go through what we're going to be training on first. Then I'm going to ask the question of what do you feel like you need, right? Because again, everyone's different, we're individuals, but some of the things you need might be, across the board, right? So it might be a one-on-one coaching situation that you get, or it might be something that we, bring to the table. But again, want to be sure that we're growing through this process. That everybody's, getting better as we go through. So Ms. Hill, do you want to go through the curriculum or do you have
if
it?
you like. Yeah, I got it.
Do it.
Cool.
You know what though?
Do it. Do
Do
it.
it.
Do it.
Hold
Do it.
on, though.
Do
Hold on.
it.
Let me make sure I got it in front of me. Yep. So let me make sure I'm back because I'm on my phone. So basically, the game plan is to get everybody that gets residual. Actually, everybody that gets started, your basic plan should be to get them to the $20 a day. That's still the sweet spot in the comp plan, because you'll be hard pressed to find anywhere in the industry a company that allows somebody to make $600 a month residual with just 12 people.
Right.
That's $50 per membership. You'd be hard pressed to find anywhere in the end. I know people that make great strides at the bonus money in their companies, and they got to do a whole lot more than 12 people. I'm saying that out loud because I want y'all to stop acting like 12 people is an actual thing. 12 people is a joke. You just have to make up in your mind that you're going to go through as many people as it takes to sign up 12. Once you commit like that and you see the success in that, then when we do our numbers, you figure out what it takes to get to the next one. And so this game plan is just to get people from 0 to 20 real quick in 4 weeks. So the first week, as you probably already picked up, we talk about planning. We talk about planning. This group should still be using the roadmap because you know how to. Once you get residual, the only way to get more residual is to become more professional. And so that roadmap helps you game plan. Also, we're going to be going over some comp plan stuff. I mean, the comp plan is about to change, but we want to make sure that you know the plan that you have. Because if you really understood how we got paid, it'd be harder to get to sleep without doing something towards a pay raise. And then, of course, accountability. We're going to go over that week 1 every month because we should have new people that have signed up. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you help somebody get the $5 a day next week. Who's responsible for making sure they know about accountability or what we went over on the comp plan or the roadmap?
We are.
So we didn't take away the roadmap. We just moved the roadmap up to the residual earners. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because it worked and it duplicated, but early on, we just came to an agreement with Mr. Bean. We want to keep it as super simple as possible, and we want to have people focused on knocking out that 3 and 1. 3 and 1, 3 and 3, 5 and 5, however you want to say it, that's all they need to be focused on. And making sure that they upload their stuff. Actually, we're going away from saying upload to you need to get your testimony. Like if a person's hosting a Zoom, shouldn't they be more focused on having a better testimony every time they host something?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But it also builds their confidence. And so week 1 is just basically planning with the roadmap, comp plan, accountability. You'll get those jewels like Richard and Chuck just dropped on things you can do in your calendar to make you more efficient. Things that we're just sharing what we're doing. Week 2, we're going deep. We're doing a deep dive on prospecting and peaking. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that Extra Digit is doing a deep dive on prospecting because we were having a conversation one day and I was just like, nah, everybody peaking. They're just not prospecting. So they getting shot dead in these streets. They getting beat the hell up out here because people don't like them. They just peaking. And so it's just been a whole bunch of out of mouth and in inbox spamming going on. And what happens is if we don't set our team up to prospect first, people are going to be feeling like they're doing something wrong when in actuality they're doing everything right. They're just doing it with the wrong people. It's like snatching that meat out of the freezer and putting it in the microwave. Not going to taste the same as mine because I'm not doing that. Week 3, promoting. And promoting is just edifying and testimonials. You got to become masters at edification and your testimony. And a testimonial is simply the promotion of what has happened to me. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
When people would stand up in church, their testimonial is not on. It's just simply, this is what happened to me since the last time we talked. We're gonna teach it so it can duplicate. And then week 4, we're gonna start talking about the basics of presenting. Because around week 4, you should be at a point where you're either already closed out that $20 a day as a new person or you're closing in on it. But after the first 3 weeks of hearing the same conversation over and over again, you naturally want to start telling it anyway. A lot of people do.
That's true.
Any questions about those 4 weeks?
No.
And then back to what Chuck Harden was just asking, is there anything else in there that you believe that you need? Now, mind you, but before you ask, this is the $0 to $20 curriculum. The $20 to $40 curriculum is completely different. This is just to get to $20, and more importantly, to be able to do it over and over again. Does this make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you the cheat sheet to the comp plan, and I'm gonna pass it to you, Rick. Cheat sheet to the comp plan, most of y'all got it your first week in the business. Actually, you got it as soon as you got the $5 a day. We told you got to hit every position 3 times.
Yeah.
First time you get it for the pay raise. The second time you get it just so that you can lock it in. The third time you get it so you can really lock it in. You got to stabilize it, then you got to secure it. Because when you hit, them first 3 people just don't stay your first 3 people, do they?
Nope.
And so you need to hit again just to stabilize what fell off from the first run. And then you got to hit it a third time to secure that thing. Unless you hit your position 3 times, it is not locked in at all. And so, I'll hold what I'm about to say. Rick, you gonna say something?
Well, main thing I was saying is foundation and timing, meaning all of you have to graduate by the end of the year. Does it make sense? Like if we just all we got to do is map backwards into the goal of by February, everybody in this zone should be comfortably collecting a comment. It's not what if one day I get to it, and it's the best time of year and the worst time of year depending on your approach to it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Meaning I'm sometimes surprised by how many people I see right now, how many opportunities I have to get out in these streets right now. I just got to remind myself, I'm not just out in these streets to be out in these streets. The people out in the streets need money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're gonna make a decision. Everybody's gonna go into their own change window over the next 4 weeks, and they're gonna do something with somebody by the time that starts. Does that make sense? We're perfectly positioned. But can I share y'all? Well, I don't know if I want to share. Let me share something. Can I share a screen?
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna share. It's too late now. There you go.
I look mad.
I look happy.
I'm happy. What would you imagine Brian Bean was saying right now?
Dropping knowledge.
Oh, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
That's the face of discomfort of somebody telling me something I needed to hear, but I didn't want to hear. Right? He said, Y'all got the best team, y'all got the best family, but you're not being duplicated. If you do a presentation every day and nobody else is doing a presentation, you got a different system than what network marketing requires.
Okay.
Did you hear me?
Mhm.
Y'all got the best team with the worst duplication.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to be on your team.
They want to go to the boom boom room.
But you're not being duplicated.
Duplicated.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
I had to take several deep breaths, walk it off. I even did push-ups. I did push, like you saw my camera went off. Like, I fight and I'll fight for you, but this is what needs to happen for us to go to the next level together. So we all got to get very serious about doing the things that it takes to get paid. So it's not that we're coming down on, like, we love y'all. Like, y'all are the best team. Best testimonies, best stories, best conversations, best personalities, best parties. We take the best pictures. Now we need to get the best paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Now let them don't even have to look.
And so that whole journey begins with step one. Guys, we need to knock this out again.
Mhm.
You're holding up the roadmap.
Oh yeah, that's right. Backgrounds and stuff, right? You know what? Yeah, let me do that. Let me do this real
disappeared
quick.
into outer space there for a second.
We need to knock out the roadmap again. We need to, and one of the things that I would like to suggest is that we track the roadmap from square one,
Mhm.
because at this point, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but points are falling off at a record pace. The system they're doing another purge in the system, and you know it's a purge because you probably don't know where the points are falling off at, or depending on the size of your group. But
Mhm.
it's probably those points that, for me, for instance, it was points that I've had since 2 years ago, and they finally just got around to those cards not going through. Now, technically, just so you guys know, because again, professionalism is, I like to be full disclosure. It's because for a lot of those cards that go through, they had to run it multiple times, which cost the company a lot of money.
Mhm.
And so now they're gonna run that thing once. They might run it twice, but then you got to call your own auntie at that point. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
And so some of those cards that been hanging on for forever, y'all know them people y'all don't want to call because y'all don't want to remind them that they still getting that thing taken out of there. well, that's finally catching up. And so we're getting closer and closer to the real numbers. So what does that mean for us? First, it means you need to pull your report. You legit need to pull your report and see what your true numbers look like. Here's a rule of thumb. If you haven't heard from a rep in the last 3 weeks, they already quit. You just waiting for the points to fall off.
That's right.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because y'all do know that when reps are actually doing the business, they call you, or they show up, or you see them in the same places that you see yourself because you're doing the business, like on training Zooms, on presentation Zooms, on your report, sponsoring new reps and customers, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the reps that haven't been doing that, you don't have to do anything special right now because of what I'm saying. Just in your mind, stop counting them the same.
Right.
They count as great people, but if they're people are either doing the business and using the services or they are not. Because when a Brian Bain or Chuck Harden calls and they ask you for your, you all right? They call and they ask you for your accountability numbers. They want your real accountability numbers. That makes sense?
Mhm.
So, the placeholders that you signed up, don't worry about that. Here's what you need to do, guys. We need to do this sheet again. Now, for those of y'all that are intimidated by the whole sheet, this is what I've been showing new people and people that are not at, it's still blurred. Okay, hold on. That are not at $5 a day. Just simply fold the sheet. And so this is what I'm looking at right now. I need 3. Once I get my 3 reps, then I'll unfold this piece so me and my 3 can go get the next 12. Did I just make that simpler for anybody?
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Step at
That's
a
very
time.
clear.
Instead of looking at this whole sheet, just look at the part that you care about. All I care about is, along with those 2 extra customers that I need 3 new partners. Congratulations to Netica from Connecticut on your newest partner.
All
Great
right,
stuff.
Mhm.
But you just need 2 more, because I'm telling you, unless you do this factory reset, we just spinning our wheels. You do not want to go into the new comp plan with old rep behavior. This business has been, and always will be about new rep production and retaining your existing reps. We do an excellent job of retaining the people that want to be retained. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we got something for at one point we had something for people every day but Friday. Just and twice on Sunday, right? And so and now we're at a point where, because that's going to be duplicating through you, we just need to start with fresh business partners. Trust me, if you've been down about, I'll be honest with you guys, I like to be transparent. I've been kind of down when it comes to this business. I know how to get myself back up. 3 new partners. It's just something about fresh eyes on your business, where people are starting to speak to you, and that excitement that you had when you first got started, that gets you fired up again.
Right.
When y'all remember when back when y'all believed that y'all could get to the top of the company in the first 90 days? Y'all remember that?
I remember that.
It might seem unrealistic now, but at that time, it was because you saw the simplicity of what we're doing. We're just reaching out with a bunch of people, check their temperature, and share with them what we have our hands on. And so I strongly urge that, along with those 2 new reps, we set a goal this week of getting these 3 new partners. Brother Regional, how do you feel about that suggestion, though? Because you're the keeper of accountability.
I think that is a great idea.
Oh, and in a world of private Zoom, it's easier to do.
Easily, yes.
I know exactly what 4 people came to my private Zoom.
Yep.
And if there's a business partner or a customer out there, we can get those.
Right. Next thing, guys, it's only $150. Write that down, please. It's only $150. Please write that down. Underline it, highlight it. It's only $150. Unless it's only $150 to you, it's going to be $1 million to your prospects. Unless it's only $150 to you, it's going to be $1 billion to your new rep. Do not make that little $100. Start saying stuff like that little $150.
That little $150.
I say it out loud, not in a condescending fashion, but I wasn't going to let, this is how you do it in testimony fashion. I wasn't going to let this little $150 a month keep me away from, and then you tell them what you after. Don't tell them it's a little 150 for them. Just let them know in the face of what your goals are. This is why you need to know your why. By the way, based on production, you might need a new why. Based on production, you might need to identify your why. If you think that old why sounded good, let me tell y'all, and Chuck, I'm gonna pass it back to you, because we gotta get ready for our Common Club Zoom in a little bit. But by ourselves, that's driving me nuts. Y'all need to be on that Zoom. It's gonna be amazing. If you gotta bounce your why off other people, that's not your why. Here's what I mean. People be trying to modify their why to get a wow factor from the people that they talking to. But if it ain't motivating you to do anything different, that's not your why. If some of y'all been in the game for a very long time. So I just want to give you a different perspective on the why. If the why ain't bigger than what your next prospect is about to say, that's not your why.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? If there was somebody in your family that needed this money and they needed you to be at a certain amount or they were no longer going to breathe, would you really care what your next prospect going to say?
Mm.
See, and until you identify a why that's bigger than your ego / fear, people be still trying to hide behind fear. I already told y'all that's ego. You just care about what people think of you. Trust me, they already don't think nothing of you. I'm just letting you know. And here's the thing: you're not as good as they say you are, and you're not as bad as they say you are. It does not matter what they say. I want to get y'all past this because some of y'all, at this point, I'm gonna ask a question. How many of y'all feel like this 3 is hard? Be honest. This is an accountability call.
It is not hard.
I do.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I feel like it's hard because I haven't done it in about 5 months. I haven't sponsored 3 people, I think, in about 5 months. So here's Angela, since you were transparent, let me tell you what you got to do. You got to push through it like never before. Don't beat yourself up. You got to push through it, and you got to tear off a layer. Any of us that have had success and lost a team, there's a layer that you got to tear off.
Mm-hmm.
You are not the same person as when you started because you remember everybody who quit.
Mm.
So
True
stop
story.
trying to operate like you the same you. Nah, we got some maintenance to do. We have work that has to be done because we have to fight through that to get 3 now. Where 3 was a joke when we first got, it wasn't the people we were calling. We still got a wealth of people you can share. We got to become that. We got to go back and tap back into that person that had that unbridled enthusiasm that knew for a fact they were going to be at $1,000 a day in like 3 weeks.
Find that person.
Because it does not make sense to be in the best opportunity on the planet and not be an opportunist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it scared this week, but I'm gonna get these 3. And I mean, everybody, I'm just telling you.
Let me say,
You mess around and act like this thing ain't intimidating when you know that it is. You only fooling you. Next Sunday, we're gonna be right back on this call. It ain't gonna be because I didn't go through my numbers.
Right.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so to get 30, even if the person that's doing your presentations is trash, to get 3, you need to have 30 eyes on this thing. With the worst presentation, 90% failure, 10% success, that's your 3. My goal this week is to get at least 30 people to see this thing so I can get my 3. Now, will I make it to 30? I don't know. Depends on how scared I am and how on fire I am to burn through that fear. Is this making sense?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sean, can I ask you a question?
Set a number. You need to give yourself a rationalized number that you are going to put in front of the information. I already know this group can peak. I know this group can prospect. I know this group can peak. I know this group can pass.
Oh yeah.
How many of those you gonna do this week so you can knock out this new 3 so you can be on this thing excited next week with the rest of us that knocked out our new 3?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, back to you, Chuck.
Catherine, you had a question before I jump?
I do.
Yep.
All right. So the question was, are you saying that you're going to have 3 QDFs and 2 more customers? Or are you going to?
I'm going to have some combination of 3 new memberships. That's what I'm saying. So, because one of the things I know I can't control.
A combination?
It's going to be, at minimum, it's going to be a combination.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. My focus is 3 new reps, and my other focus is 2 new customers. And it's all the same work, though.
That's what I was about to say.
True story. True story.
At the end of every presentation, they're either a number 2 or a number 1. Key is we got to kick our Chuck Harden in and ask them how do they want that to appear, and start signing them up immediately. or
Amen.
put them on the phone with someone who can.
Okay, so
Right.
is the requirement the
def-
2 customers or?
Ain't no requirements. We set goals.
Look, we set the goals. It's simple. 2 new customers, we want 3 new people. It's not hard. It's what we always do. Don't complicate it. And just know we do the same thing to get both.
Right.
That's it.
Expose. We do the same thing to get both. We expose. We show it to people. Hey,
Right.
that's it. But now we
And
gotta
get
also
excited.
be excited and confident about the follow-up. I be told that who on the line actually be scared to follow up with people after they seen the Zoom? Tell the truth, Shane. Who be scared to do that little follow-up? Like,
I must
why?
be the worst one because
Let me tell you.
Let me raise my hand with you, Andy.
Be honest with me. Let me tell you why. First
I'm
off,
a follow-up
if you put them on my Zoom, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm good. What y'all say? I'm good. They don't see it
dropped
when
the
I
ball
do it.
on
They ain't gonna see it. I'm good. And that's not egotistical. That's what I gotta tell myself. Man, people got to see this thing. I'm good.
Right. Right.
So if you should be excited to be calling them back, not like, did you see?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You should hit them back as soon as they answer the phone. Did you see that shit? Did you see what he just said? Y'all laughing.
But you're right.
It's posture.
Did you hear what he just said?
Posture is everything.
Everything.
Your expectation is everything. What are you expecting? Are you expecting them to say no? Then you're gonna get a no. Are you expecting them to be excited to talk about it? But if you call back defeated, you already defeated.
Right.
That's your expectation.
That's right.
I expect people to be getting in.
So
I might
Chuck,
call somebody up. Hey, I noticed you ain't texted me a 2 or 1 yet. So you're number 1 and number 2.
right. Pick up the phone. Did we get clarity? Did anybody need anything outside of planning, prospecting, peaking, promoting, which is edifying and passing testimonials, and presenting? Anybody need anything else? Okay, cool. Back to you, Chuck.
I was going to ask the same things. I
Did you say close?
No, we did not say closing. Remember, this is for the people that we get into the $5 to the $20, right? And the 20, you will get a lot of closing at the 20 because we need some help closing, right? But at this particular point, if you prospected, you should be passing them to somebody to close for you.
That's right.
You
So
should be passing
remember,
somebody to close for you.
see, we
don't
got to
wanna say-
refresh that. We got to refresh that. I'm sorry, Chuck. We got to refresh that, though.
Yeah, we got to give you where you're at. So now that we can build on that, right? A lot of times people get confused because they hear one thing on prospecting and then 1 hour later they're in a training for closing. And you're not ready to close. You prospecting and peaking. And we missing, it's not pieced together. So we're doing this so we can piece it together. But right now we're acting like we all at the same place. All us at $5 a day right now. All us trying to get to $20 a day before the end of the month.
Okay.
Let me clarify. I'm not saying me close. I'm saying to get them to the person to close.
Okay, so to keep them moving through the pipeline.
Still pass.
Yeah, that's passing.
That's passing. Yeah. So yes, that's passing. But we'll be clear on that. Let's be clear on that part there. When we pass, we'll put that in there. So to be clear, but it should be easy enough, but we'll talk about it, right?
See, we trying to let you guys allow yourselves to be new long enough to get your 3.
Mhm.
Some of y'all only need about 3, a little bit over 3 just to get the $20. So you needed to hit the $5. All the $20 is hitting the $5 a day 3 times.
Mhm.
All right. So are we good with what we're gonna be doing on this call?
Yes.
Let's set a good expectation. We want you to be here and be here on time. We want you to be here and be on camera. We want you to be here and be engaged. We want you to be here with your numbers, ready to give you accountability. We asking about partners and we asking about customers.
Mhm.
right? If we're not getting results, then we have to start asking about prospecting and peaking. If you're gonna make count be a little bit longer, but we got to figure out where we dropping the ball, right? So right now we just need your numbers. Okay. So the expectation is for us to continue to move out, and we doing all of this so your business grows every week. Every week your business need to grow, and you need to be responsible for that growth. So anything your team does is extra. Anything your team does is extra. You're responsible for your business.
Right.
I'm responsible for my business. Right? So this not gonna be the happy, joyful, hee-hee-ha call. You know, we always have fun. I don't think you
Wait. Did you get a screenshot?
Oh, no, I did not. I do want to take a picture though.
I mean, I just want to see, like they look happier than us. Shit.
China ain't even on camera. I couldn't say, like, I knew Sean was over there cussing.
Bruh.
I knew Sean was over there cussing. I was like, well, Sean probably cussing or something.
Oh yeah, I was on mute and off camera. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You just did. Would you like to ask another?
I'd like to ask another one. In part of this training, will we be covering things related to network marketing? For example, many of us have been in the business for a while, and we pretty much maybe have burned through our quote unquote warm market. Do we go back through the warm market? How do we go back through that market? That kind of thing. I don't know if we're going to be covering that in this. I know we still got to be looking for new people, but I'm talking about, you know, I got sheets and sheets of people that I've peaked and brought into the business and they left and all that kind of stuff. Do I go back through them? Do I, you know, how do we re-engage those? And that's where I'm struggling, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the answer is yes, and especially now. Because now is different than then.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Now is so much different than then. But yeah, I won't talk about it today, but oh my God.
Answer is yes.
Cool.
Yes, we will. That's why you want to go here every week. Because again, we're not gonna go back to after we do a peak and prospect, you're gonna be 30 days before we get back to that. So it's one every week.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And again, this won't necessarily be recorded. Not necessarily. It will not be recorded. How about that?
Okay.
Right. So it will be, hey, we here. Whoever ready to work, we ready to work. We working with who's showing up.
Okay, let's be present to win.
And just understand, guys, first of all, I want to commend Rick and Chuck real quick because we got so much information that we can't share. We got so much information, so many exciting things are coming down the pike that, I mean, if you were the least bit, and go and please do yourself a favor and go back and review critically everything that Brian House said on that corporate call, on that corporate Zoom. Go back and put your critical thinking business builder hat on. Skip past the product part. We got to stop being consumers for a second so that we don't miss what they're attempting to do in this season. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, Brian House don't care about the product like y'all think. He cares about building network marketing business. That's all we ever talk about is building huge network. He said, if I could do anything, and if I had an MWR when I was back in my heyday, my focus would be on having the largest distribution network I can, buddy. That's what he said.
Yeah, that was I had a great dinner with Mr. House. We were there for like 2 hours. Imagine, I'm sitting 2 hours with a millionaire, just chopping it up. As it was sharing all the stuff that they're going to change, the stuff that they build and run different marketing ideas by, and then taking advice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and like open and be like, Mr. House, you know what? That, honestly, I don't know if that's going to quite go over the way you're thinking because of this. And I didn't think about it that way, but I didn't, you know.
Right.
Right. You know, so those, you know, we had a great place we had a great place to maximize. You got to take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of the opportunity.
Oh, that's good. That's a mic drop.
And that's where we at.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's where we at. So, okay, so we right here at the hour. We're going to give you free. There's a question. Catherine, what's up?
I just need both you and your brother's phone numbers. I do not have them.
Oh, okay.
I thought I did, but I do not.
He said in the past.
What you say?
You ain't by the number.
Huh?
Number 770.
I'm sorry. Somebody 770
312
312
2323.
2323.
Michael Jordan.
Does everybody have my phone number? Y'all all
Yes.
got it? Okay.
No, I don't. Can you say it again, please?
Can you send it to me over Facebook?
I know, right? Messages.
Now my phone number. My Facebook phone number 404.
I think Anita Patton has a question.
Okay, everybody's talking and I cannot hear him give me the numbers, you guys. I need his numbers and I need his brother. So 404.
No, my Facebook phone number. You don't need
Yeah,
it.
your Facebook.
Y'all actually know me. You don't need that. 770.
Oh.
2323.
That's fine. All right, Mr. Hollywood.
Huh?
We're trying.
Phone number. The reason why I'm asking is because if I'm doing my private
4 people you should
Zoom,
get to before him.
You know, you inbox them, you can get
Miss Pan, your phone got a lot of
It's in the
vibrations.
matrix. It's in the matrix.
Yeah, try to type it in the chat because what you're saying might be you can't hear it. It's kind of like in the matrix zone. All right, my number is 404
thank you.
403 0279.
All right.
All right, and we want to be
40.
sure we're using all levels of leadership.
Right.
to-
100%. That's exactly what I was getting at. Because I've been, texting Sean, but if he's not available, I was told to go to the next person. That's exactly what I needed for. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, as long as we're using all levels of leadership.
Right.
I'm just joking with call me whatever. But my phone be blowing up. It's okay. I love it. I love it. All right. So awesome. So Miss Pat, we couldn't hear what you said. Did you type it in okay. We couldn't hear what you said, but okay. Texas, because we want to let everybody go, right? This week, be focusing on production. If you don't have a private Zoom that you're plugging into, then you should be doing one. Doing one, plugging into one, figuring it out. Because we gotta
You shouldn't be plugging it in nothing. You shouldn't be plugging in the crap. Speaking of which, hey Chuck, I need to get on your calendar. I need a private Zoom. I'm gonna shoot you a text.
And sponsor, can I get a profit party at the crib? I need a profit party at my house.
See, that's
And I
why
need
we
to
have to
know.
use levels of leadership. Why don't I get my cell phone number out? Because I got to still deal with that. I got
Like that. I gave everybody time with Rick and Chuck. I was doing my own stuff. No, they about to work. We about to get this work.
We about to put in this work.
We about to put in this work.
Let's get it going. For everyone that did a private Zoom, congratulations for you guys that was doing them. Y'all doing a great job. Continue to share this information. And I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Don't overcomplicate. Cool?
Cool.
Everybody
Thank you.
good? And just so you know, and just so you guys know, we have to get off this call because there's a $1 million ring earner call coming up for people that's just in the Comma Club with one of Mr. Bean's millionaire friends that he just invites us to, that you guys can't come to yet. So
Thanks, Chuck.
no problem. I just want to let you know that we get stuff that you guys know. So basically, I'm saying, get your weight up.
Yes.
Get your weight up, okay? Get your
Mhm.
weight up. Because I need some.
Jerron gonna be there.
I need somebody to text on the call other than Shine and Rick and Javon while we joking and clowning and stuff.
I know that's right.
Shenanigans.
We're coming, Chuck. We're coming.
Come on, let's go. All right.
Right.
All right. Thank you,
2:30,
guys.
Thank
Talk to
you.
you later.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Jess, you stupid, man.
I know. Golly.
Don't you need Darrell's numbers?
Who need my number?
Chuck.
He always trying to call somebody out.
Which numbers I
You
get?
know what I'm saying?
I didn't get Darrell. Which number? Oh, Darrell. I need. How many customers you got, Darrell? Put you on the list.
How many customers?
Yeah,
I got one customer.
perfect. Okay, you need to have 2 more by next week.
2 more by next
Yep.
week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sound like a
Stuff
game
for free.
plan to me.
All right. I'll let y'all later.
All right,
All right. Peace.
peace.